Hi everyone, it's Karen from Craftykarendesigns here. I hope you're having a good day. It's Easter Sunday when I'm filming this, and we're still in lockdown, so I'm filming this today to take my mind off the fact that I won't be seeing my grandchildren today. So I've been trying to keep busy all day, so this is what I've made today. This is an easel card, which is a fairly simple fun fold card, but I've dressed it up with some pretty magnolia flowers and some little flowers and some frames. So although it's a pretty simple fun fold, I've tried to fancy it up a bit by making it a bit special with some extra embellishments. And it folds flat, but it'll have to go in a box. So I've made a box to go with it, with a belly band. And I've made this into a wedding card, and hopefully at some point in the future the lockdown will all be over and I'll be able to do my craft fairs again, and I'll be able to put this on my craft fair stall. Anyway, I'll show you how to make it. So it takes quite a while because there's a lot of pieces to it, and I've cut more or less everything out already. To try and speed things up a bit for you. Don't want to get you bored. So that one was in Petal Pink and Pressed Petals, and this one I'm going to do in So Saffron with some of the Perennial Essence. To be perfectly honest, I've done so much crafting over the past few weeks that I'm beginning to run out of things. So my DSP is getting depleted, thankfully, just in time for the new catalogue coming out. So you need a piece of cardstock which measures 6 by 12, and you're going to score it at 6 and at 3. Okay, I'll get rid of that. And fold it and burnish at 6, and fold this one in as well, 3, because eventually it's going to go like that. I need to give this one a good burnish, so it'll be alright when it's got the other piece on it. So that's your base, and I've put a piece of Perennial Essence Designer Series paper on here. Now this is 5 7/8 square, so we'll glue that on. It's a shame to cover this side up. Hope you're all having a good day and you're all staying safe and well, doing lots of crafting to keep you occupied when you're not having to homeschool your children and things like that. So there you go, that one goes on there like that. Then we've got a piece which is 5 7/8 by 2 3/8, and that bit's going to go on there, so we'll do that as well. The actual card goes together pretty quickly. It's the pretty bits that take the time. And then I've got a piece of contrasting Designer Series paper which is going to go on this piece. Now this is 5 by 5 square, and this is 4 7/8, I believe. Yeah, 4 7/8 square, and it's just a different piece of the Perennial Essence, but it's the background side of it. So we'll glue that on. And we might as well put this in place while we're at it. So it's going to stand on there like that, so we need to put glue on the back of this piece here. So we'll do it up to about halfway. like that, and stand it up in front and try and make sure you've got an equal gap on either side. There we go, like that. Okay, so we'll put that over there for now. Now the sample one that I did, I've used the rectangle from the heirloom frames and embossing folders, but this time I'm going to use the oval one, just to show you the difference really. So this is the oval one. I've already cut and embossed this one. I'll show you the, bear with me while I find them, I can fall over on here. What have I done with them? These are the dies. You get a rectangle one and you get an oval one. So I've cut the oval out. And then I've embossed it with the embossing folder. So the bit with stamping up on is the top, but it's easier, rather than fiddling about trying to get it level on there, if you put it face down on that side and then bring it round like that, you can see much easier whether you've got an equal border all the way around it. So then you emboss it like that. Okay. So I've also die cut an oval to go on the back of this. Now I haven't got the Stampin' Up ovals. These are from my stash, the ones that I'm using today on here. But all you need is an oval which will fit on the back of there, so that it covers that empty portion in the aperture in the centre there. So we'll stamp the sentiment on there. So I'm using Forever Blossoms, and on this piece I'm going to use this one, Wishing You a Long Life Together, Filled with Love and Promise. And then on the bit here that I use as the stopper on the front here, I'm going to use this Always and Forever. Now the cardstock I'm using is So Saffron, and I don't have So Saffron ink, so I'm going to use Crushed Curry, which is a little bit darker, but I think it looks okay. So we'll give it a whirl. Oh, sorry if my head gets in the way. We'll just stamp that in the centre of there. There we go. And then this will go in there like that. Okay. While we're here, we might as well stamp the other bits. I'll stamp this one. This oval is going to go on the box, and I'm going to have the same sentiment on that one. So I might as well do that while we're here. Put that to one side. And then this Always and Forever is going on this little one. There we go. I think it's beautiful, the font on this stamp set. Close that up so I don't get my elbow in it. So that is going to go on here, and we're going to use that as the stopper on the card. So we might as well do that now. So I'm going to glue the Whisper White layer to the So Saffron layer. Try and get that as centrally as I can. And then I'll put that on some dimensionals. the backs of these dimensionals are all over the house. So we'll put that, sorry, it's gone a bit dark. I think it's going to rain now. Just drop it down so it looks, to see if it's in the middle. I did have a ruler here somewhere. So it's about almost 1.5. Almost, yeah, it's about centre that, so we'll just press that down. That'll do. It's close enough. So we'll put that to one side for a minute. Right, we'll glue this to the back of the frame. So just put a bit of glue. It'd be better probably if you didn't use a scalloped oval for this one, but that's all I've got. I'll just drop that onto there and line it up. There we go, that looks about in the middle. There we go. Leave that to dry for a minute while we do these flowers. So I'm using the Magnolia Memories dies. So I've cut 2 each of the leaves in Old Olive, which are these. Whoops, sticking to my fingers. And then this spiky looking one is the centre of the flower, and I've cut that in So Saffron, like that. And then the actual flower is these 3 dies, and I've cut 2 each of those for each flower. Okay, so I'll close that up and then I don't lose them. So here's the bits, and all I've done to shape them, I like you bend them round my bone fold like you do when you're curling ribbon, just to give it a bit of shape. And I've done that with all 6 pieces. So all we're going to do is layer them up. So put a little bit of glue on the back of there, and then try and offset them a little bit. It's not a perfect, you won't get perfect because they don't, it's not a perfect shape, if you like, but if you just make sure you offset them, you'll get a nice flower. Just put a blob of glue on the back of each one and then stick it in the middle. Like that. And then the last 2. Like that. You see what a pretty flower that is. So all it needs now is the spiky piece in the middle, and I put that on with a dimensional. There we go. So I've just put a dimensional in the centre of the flower like that, and then press that on top like that. Now I've got another one that I did earlier on, except for the middle bit. So I'll finish that one off. There we go. So there's the two magnolias. And for the little flowers, these little ones, I've made these with the it's here somewhere, the Thoughtful Blooms, and I've used this one. So you need to stamp it out 12 times in total. So I've done 10. So I'll do the last 2 with you and show you how I made the flower. So again, I'm using the crushed curry. I'm just going to stamp 2 out like that. And I've got the small bloom punch, this one. I'm just going to line that up. And punch them out. Like that. So to give them some shape, what you do, this is just a piece of foam. This was in the carry case that my blocks go in. So I saved bits of it to use for things like this. And you need one of these, or probably your stylus off your simplest gourd will do, or anything that's got quite a round end to it. I think you could probably even do it with your Tombow. Be careful. And all you do is run it round and round on each petal, like that. You can see the sides of it are coming up to give you a bit of shape for your flower. Really easy. There we go. So we'll just put a blob of glue in the centre and then stick the 2 together like that. There you go. When it's dry, you can sort of scrunch them up a little bit if you want to. So now we'll bring the leaves in that we've already die cut and make up the flowers. So I just put a little bit of glue on the base of the flower, of the leaf. And then stuck it to the back of one of the petals. And get the other one and do the same thing. So I'll put one large and one small on each flower. Like that. Okay, now I've put some pearls in the centre of these, and again these aren't Stampin' Up ones, I haven't got any, so I'm just using what I've got in the stash. So I'm using the little, some little pearls for these. I'm just putting a little pearl in the centre of each tiny flower. Like that. Put those over there for a minute. And then I've got some larger pearls that I'm going to put on these big magnolias. Like that. There we go. How pretty are them now? I think they're really cute. So let's put this frame on the front of the card. Now the other one I did, I glued the frame flat, but I think I'm going to add this with dimensionals. I think it might be a bit easier to stick. Put on with them. Do you know, I think they're alive, these things. I'll put some dimensionals around the edge. I liked it flat on the other one, but I just think this might, it didn't stick very well, and it keeps coming up in the corners. So I think probably it needed either tear and tape, or we'll try these dimensionals and hope these work. That's it. So I'm just going to lay that towards the top, as centrally as I can. There we go. And then we'll add the flowers with some dimensionals too. Put some little ones on small dimensionals, I think. I'm not arranging these in exactly the same places. As I did on the other one, but it doesn't matter, you can put them wherever you want. You need to keep 2 for the box. Put that one on that end, I think. So there we go, there's the card. I think that looks really pretty. So we've got one with rectangles and quite a busy paper, and one with ovals with a more subtle paper. I think they're both really pretty. So I'll put those over there while we make the box. Just bear with me a minute while I get rid of all this stuff and get simply scored. So I've just made a really simple box. So we've got one piece which is 8 1/4 square, which is the base, and one piece which is 7 13/16 square. I can't show you the 16ths on this scoreboard, but you can see it on the trimmer. I don't think you can see, but each of the little tiny marks on here is a 16th. So on the 8 1/4 piece, I'm going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. There we go. And on the small piece, we're going to score at 3/4 on all four sides. And finish with that. So get rid of that again. And we'll fold and burnish all these score lines. Do this one. Sorry if you can hear that dog barking outside. It's been barking nearly all day. It is driving me nuts. The old man that owns it is deaf, and I don't think he can hear it. So he puts it out in the garden, and the poor thing is yapping for hours on end before he remembers to let it in again. Right, so this is the base. So, but you treat the base and the lid exactly the same. So all you're going to do is cut up to the left of the score line, and then notch to the right, and put a little notch on the other side. And turn it 90 degrees, and do the same again. Turn it 90 degrees again. And again. Sorry if I've gone quiet, I'm concentrating. I'll do exactly the same with the lid. So to the left of the score line, notch to the right, notch the other side, turn it 90 degrees. Put glue on the end of my finger, everything's sticking to it. There we go. Now we need to put glue on all these tabs. So, as usual, bring this cut edge to that folded edge and just hold it for a few seconds till it catches. Do the same on all 4 corners. Cut edge to the folded edge. Cut edge to the fold. Cut edge to the fold. There you go. And that's the lid. Do exactly the same with the base. Put glue on all these tabs. And don't worry about all these measurements, they'll all be over on my blog, craftykarendesigns.blogspot.com. Oops, a bit too much glue on that one. Again, cut edge to the fold, hold it in place. There we go, and that's the base. Now if I've done it all right, card fits in the box, there we go. And the moment of truth. Oops. The lid fits on the box. There we go. So there's the basic box. So what I've done with the other one is I've added some ribbon as a belly band and then put a sentiment on the top. So with that one I've used the Rococo Rose because that matches, but haven't got any ribbon that really matches, so saffron. So that's the blue, that's the Seaside Spray one, or we could use the pink one again because there's pink in the card. I think we'll use the pink. So all I did was roughly measured around it like that. Cut that off. So you need either some tearing tape, or I've got some red line tape which is a bit stronger still, but tearing tape will do. So chop a piece of that off, stick it to the middle of that ribbon there, and then we'll pull the backing paper off. Which is sometimes easier said than done. Come on. So don't pull it too tight because it's got to slide on and off. There we go. I'll keep that in the middle there like that, and put another piece on the top, which we're going to stick the sentiment to. Stick that across the middle there. Keep your fingers underneath it while you pull the release paper off. I do wish that man had let that dog in. I think he needs one of those alarm things that you can have inside with the flashing lights to tell you the dog's barking. And to go on the front of here, I've cut out another oval, and then we stamped this one earlier on. So I'm going to glue that to there. Like that. And then we'll lay that on there like that. It's not quite dry yet, that, so I'll just leave it there for a minute. And then we're going to add the last two flowers on here. Like that, I think. So we'll stick those on with dimensionals again, I think. But this time I think I might use large dimensionals. And there we go. Could have put some pink ones on, couldn't I? But never mind. See, that just slides on and off like that. And there's your card inside. Now you could put a square of Whisper White on the back to write on, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a gift tag and write on the gift tag, or I'm going to enclose the gift tag with it so that whoever buys it can write on that. Just slide this back on again. There we go, bring the pink one back in. There's the pink one. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll have a go. And I think this card could be easily adapted to be, if you just change the sentiments to a Mother's Day card, or a birthday card, or at Christmas time if you change the magnolias for poinsettias. I think that would look cute as well. So as I say, all the instructions and all the measurements are over on my blog at craftykarendesigns.blogspot.com, and they'll be there later on today. So please give it a thumbs up if you like the project. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please do. I'd really like that. And if you press the bell, you'll get notified each time I upload a new video. So thanks very much for watching. Stay well, stay safe, and keep crafting. Bye.